prepare for what is coming. I've been outside on my porch just for a little bit, drinking some coffee and just listening to the birds chirp. And then I picked up my laptop to look at some of the comments here on the YouTube in the comment section below a certain video. And let me flip this around. Below this video from last night, and there's something up there, a planet. Good morning, Applebrooks, honey. So I like to take time to look at the comments, and I like to go like this, and I like to do the newest comments if I haven't looked at any. So I've got down to some of them, reading them, and I responded to them. And thank you all for your comments. Really, I appreciate it. I really do. And I want to highlight one comment right here, because this is as far as I got, but this comment right here stopped me in my tracks, and it spoke to my spirit. And so thank you, Mandy. If it resonates with my spirit, I'm going to read it. And we do need to prepare, whether or not you believe there's something up in the sky, because truly, there is something up there. There is, and our world has been turned upside down. It's like the balance of earth. It's unbalanced in the spiritual realm. It's totally, I don't know what to do with my hair, you all. It's totally unbalanced in the spiritual realm. It's like the forces of evil. This is just true. I'm speaking the truth. The forces of evil seem to have an upper hand. They do. They're going around and they're doing their evil things while we're doing our good things. And it's not balanced. That's why we got to have the balance on inside, but we need to prepare. So it's under that video, but I want to read Mandy's comment. Yes, she's here knocking on our front door. Planet X will be passing in between Earth and our moon in March. And I don't think it's right or fair that their government is not going to tell or warn the public about this until 3 or 4 days before it happens. And that's not right. Well, it's not right, period, to keep information from people, regardless of what that information is. It's not right. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. And you can only imagine how the highways and all the roads will be crowded like in the movies. Like when the earth stood still. People say, don't say scary stuff like that. I'm reading a comment, you all. Right, like this. Don't say scary stuff like that. So, well, telling the truth about this stuff may be a little bit scary. People need to know about it so they can get prepared and stock up on food, water, medicine, books, blankets, and your Bible, and stuff you use in everyday life. And I agree. I do agree. Regardless of if it's something coming in the sky, we know there's a power that's growing in power, a darkness that's growing in power, strength and power on this earth. It's coming. It has not reached its full potential. So we need to get prepared: food, water, medicine, books, blankets, Bible, stuff you use every day, because you're going to be on your own. And many times in your life, you know you're going to be on your own. You've been on your own, and there was nobody there for you. Nobody. Except, you say, well, there was somebody there. It was God. Yeah, that's true for those who believe in God. But we're just talking about getting prepared, because you're going to be on your own. This is the same Planet X that happened during Noah's time. So you can think about what is going to happen to prepare. What happened during Noah's time? Well, according to biblical text, the earth became so wicked, there was evil in their hearts continuously, and there came the destruction of the earth because God regretted that he had created life. You may say, well, Gina, it wasn't God. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're not here to pick straws or pick it. No. The wickedness increased on the earth. And we got some wickedness on this earth. And the flood was coming. There's historical documentation from all countries about a great big deluge that happened on the earth. It's like a cleansing, like a rebirth. It's like we're going to start all over again, you all. We are. It may be much worse than even she's telling. It is. It's much worse than what is in this comment. It's much, much worse on a spiritual level. Let me just start over from the beginning, and I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to add my 2 cents to it, you all. I'm not. Whether you believe that there's something up in the sky or not, whether you believe that there's a zombie apocalypse or not, we know that something is not right. It is way off, and we're trying to survive in this world that's been turned upside down all over the world. It's not just where you're at, it's everywhere. It's unbalanced. The earth is unbalanced. The balance of power on the earth is not balanced the way it should be. It's leaning toward another direction. That's okay. I'm going to read it, you. I'm done. I'm going to read it. I'm just going to show this, and I'm going to read it. Mandy, honey, thank you. So yes, she's here. What are you talking about, Gina? I just tuned in. What on earth are you talking about? I'm talking about this right here, and this comment was left under this video from last night. There's something up there. It's a planet. So I like to look at the comments. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm just going to read. Yes, she's here, knocking on our front door. Planet X will be passing in between the Earth and our moon in March. And I don't think it's right or fair that the government is not going to tell or warn the people about this until 3 or 4 days before it happens. That's not right. And it isn't right. And can you only imagine how the highways and all the roads will be overcrowded like those movies like When the Earth Stood Still? People say, don't say scary stuff like that. Well, telling the truth about this stuff may be a little scary, but people need to know about it so they can get prepared and stock up on food, water, medicine, books, blankets, and your Bible, and stuff you use in everyday life, because you're going to be on your own. This is the same planet X that happened during Noah's time, so you can think about what is going to happen. So, I can use this. So prepare. It's time to warn the people and not worry about what others say, because our time is very important and very short now. There's no time to waste when warning the good people, so they have time to finishing up preparing. Thank you, Gina, for staying on top of this. They can only keep the skies covered only so much, since that planet is now showing up all over the world for people to see. It's gotten close enough that it can't be hidden any longer. Thank you, Gina, for everything you have done and are doing for the people. We, the people, need more good people like you who loves and cares for humanity. I just wanted to tell you this, just in case they try to cut our communications, which is the internet, which you know they will the closer that planet gets here. And I wanted to tell you we love you, dear sister, so much. Stay safe and stay calm. I know in my heart if anyone can get through this, it's you, and a few out there will. Oh yeah, I looked up the new Navy map last night at how the military are expecting the Earth to look after the Planet X passes, and I must say I cried. They say that Panama City, Florida, ocean line will be 3 miles from downtown Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, 3 miles away from downtown Atlanta, Georgia. That's what the military is expecting to happen, and the end result. God bless you all and your family, guys. Please keep your eyes on the sky and don't let them distract you from watching the sky. So we put a little heart there, and we highlight your comment. I didn't read the rest of it. I stopped reading it right here at this point, and I didn't get to read the rest of it. So it is true. We need to prepare, you all. There's so much stuff. Sorry about my squeaking chair. There's so much stuff going on in the world, and there's so many distractions. You have to, and it's like there's a mad rush. There's a mad rush to pass this, get everything in place. Why the mad rush? And why would the WEF say a catastrophic, that means bad, mutating event will occur in 2 years? Why would they say that? They said it this year, in 2 years. And they're rushing. They're rushing. Not just them, but they're putting things in place, you all, so they can have control over a world that has been turned upside down by a catastrophic mutating event, whatever that catastrophic mutating event would be. Am I speaking too loud? But it's true. And there is something that's taking over too, you all. We know it. It's like someone said, never let a good crisis go to waste. Never let a good crisis go to waste, that individual male species said. Nothing against men, but I did not like certain male species who were given a mouthpiece to hold it over us and speak to all of us like that. No. See, it's like we the people, they're shutting we the people's voice, and they don't want we the people to warn nobody about what's happening. They don't want us to have a voice. Well, we got a voice, and we're speaking. We are. Perhaps they want some to speak and some not to speak. But I just wanted to highlight this comment right here, Mandy Shaw. If you're just tuning in, this came from underneath right here. And I did respond to a couple more. I had first started responding to Sharon's comment. This is a fact. We are not alone. Thank you, Gina, for not giving up. You're a true advocate for getting out the truth. So this is where I started responding. It takes a lot of energy to keep going and encouragement from all of us. It's not easy at times, but I know I must keep the lines of communication open by sharing what we all know to be happening. I may not say everything that I think, which would most definitely step on a lot of toes, but that is not what is needed. What is needed is love for one another during these ever-changing times and encouragement to keep going. And it is true, you all. I could open my big fat mouth. I could open my big fat mouth, and I could say a lot of things, and I could step on a lot of toes. What good would it do me? Because then I might have the wrong spirit behind me if I'm doing that. If I'm stepping on as many toes as I can, you can rest assured Gina Honey has went over the deep end, and she ain't got the love coming out. She's on leaving a path of destruction behind her. No, I can't do that. That's not what is needed. It's not. For those people say, well, you don't speak the truth, Gina. I'm speaking my truth. It's love. And if I got a message to deliver, it's love. And you can get the truth out through love. You can. You can warn people about what's happening, because a lot of people, they got a clue. They're not clueless. They're not clueless, and they can fill in the empty blanks. They can fill in the empty blanks. They get the message. We get the message. So we got the message. We do. We got the message. Now, and look at this. Void of light. Oh, I like that. That is a darkness, void of light. If the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness? This is the exact same thing we have been seeing in Florida for about 2 years now. It's becoming more and more visible by the day. It's huge. So I said, have you been seeing it with the naked eye? You've been seeing what, Gina, honey? This right here that's showing up in the sky. Have you been seeing it with the naked eye? Or is it only seen with a camera, with technology, you all? Oh, oh, yes, I have pictures of it if you want. Typically, you can view it early in the morning, around the sunrise, and during the sunset. Speaking of which, the sun now rises in the far southeast, and it sets in the southwest. And it does. And I think somebody tried to explain that to me when I first started off, like maybe in June or something of 2018, when I was filming the two suns in the eastern sky. The sun would rise in the northeast. But as the year progressed, as the months progressed, the sun would move further down to the southeast. Why does it do it? Why does it do it? Why is it moving like that? You all ask yourself, why is it at different points of the year? It can start off and slowly, gradually move from the northeast through the middle and then down there to the southeast, because that's what the moon's doing now. The moon is rising in the southeast and it's setting in the southwest also. Yeah, it moves between the tropics. Okay. So if you're just tuning in, we really do need to prepare for what is coming, because they're preparing. They're preparing. Who's preparing? The powers that be are preparing because they want to solidify that grip on humanity. They're preparing in every single avenue you can think of. They don't want to lose control. They don't. And I like control. I do. I like control. I like structure. I like boundaries and things like that. I like a healthy balance of control in my life. And so do a lot of other people. We want to have some control. We don't want to be a doormat. We want boundaries. But this ain't the type of control I'm talking about. They're preparing for absolute control. And if they can't do it humanly, they're going to have something that is not human that will be controlling. So we do need to prepare because something is out there in the sky. It is. And if you say, well, there's nothing out there, Gina, it's just make-believe. Well, that's okay. Do you not need to prepare regardless? Because you can look around and you see what has already happened in the world that's turned our world upside down and destroyed so many lives. The power structure on this earth. We need a regime changed. That's right. The old powers need to go. The old evil structure, power base on this whole entire earth, which has been here for thousands and thousands of years, it needs to get out. It needs to get out. That's what it needs. It's caused enough destruction on this earth. The old power structure that's been here, deeply rooted in this earth, and it's evil. It's evil. It needs pulled out by the roots because it's a bitter root. That's right, and its bitter roots go. Its roots go deep, and it's got its roots coming up here above the surface, and it's expanding. It needs to be taken out. If the this thing, okay, let's read some more comment. Look at this. Could it be one of the Earths? The new Earth is 5 times the size of this Earth. The meek shall inherit the earth. The meek shall inherit the earth. This happens every 3,653 years. This turning, is this the fourth turning? The fourth turning of the earth. And we just so happen to be on this earth during this change that's occurring. And we do. There were some other comments that were left down in this last night that I had seen. I was so exhausted. So that's causing the quakes today all over the world. It could be because we're in a binary system. They have lied to us about everything. And they even lied about the power of love. That's the biggest lie they've ever told, the power of love. They don't want you to get it inside of you. They don't. They lied about its power. Well, they promoted the violence and all that kind of stuff that we see in the movies. Violence and gore and immorality, unspeakable things. It was been glorified instead of glorifying that which should be glorified. Instead of making good, clean movies for us to watch that would encourage us to be loving individuals at the core. They didn't want none of that. They didn't. They wanted to solidify the evil like they are. They are evil. So the reflection off the dome, we need to prepare you. I'm not going to get in any more of that. It doesn't matter now. The void of the light, this is the comment that I really highlighted. And we do need to prepare. And it is true. You can you only imagine how the highways and all the roads will be crowded like those movies When the Earth Stood Still? And it is, you all. And the day after tomorrow and stuff, people want to try to get out of the cities, get out of where they're at, and you're at gridlock. You are at gridlock. When a tornado comes or a hurricane's coming, and they tell you to evacuate, and you wait to the last minute, and everybody waits to the last minute because you only got a few days warning, and there's a gridlock and a big tidal wave's coming, and you can't get out because you're locked, you're stranded on the highways, and you say, well, we don't have nowhere to go anyway. We leave our homes and everything. You all, some people ain't going to have nowhere to go. Nowhere. They're going to have to try to get on the highway and just drive and drive and drive. And if you are a spirit-led individual, if you have to leave and the spirit is calling you, you feel within your being, love is telling you, the spirit of love, which is very powerful. It has wisdom, it has knowledge, it has it all. If it's telling you, okay, you know, you may say, we don't got nowhere to go. I got my family. I don't know where to go. Well, if you're guided by the Spirit, you will be guided directly to the place you need to go. And the Spirit will make sure that receiving end will be able to receive you. Okay, you hear what I'm saying? It will create that connection for you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about where will you go. You'll be guided to where you need to go. You will. And just leave it at that. We got to get to the point where we don't, you can't be doubting. You can't be doubting. I don't know if you're going to lead me in the right place. If you're divinely connected to that source within you, you'll be led in the right place, you all. But you got to use your common sense. Don't play with fire. Do not play with fire. And this future is on fire. It is. That future is like a big old flame. And it's growing day by day. We're in trouble. Gina, why are you spreading gloom and doom? I'm not. I'm not. The spiritual realm, it's unbalanced. The earth is imbalanced. The old power structure that's been here for thousands and thousands of years is solidifying its grip because it knows something is coming and it don't want that something to take away its power. So it wants to tighten it as much as possible. And if it's going to get taken out, it wants to take out as many as possible with it when it gets taken out. Because one day that dark power is going to be taken completely out and ripped out by the roots. And there won't be nothing left of it. We may not be here either. We may be taken out too, but that's okay. Our spirit's going to live on. It's going to live on, you all. Gina, you're mixing spirituality with the The planet X. I'm sorry, I'm a spiritual individual in this body. I am. And sometimes it gets a little dramatic. It does. It is. But we really do. We need to prepare. I'm done talking, and that's all I got to say. I'm not going to go on any longer. I'm not, you all. It's coming. You feel it. You do. Just think of it as a hurricane coming. Would you want the earth to split up? I'm going to read the comment that I responded to just one more time. And I'm not going to throw my 2 cents in. I'm going to read it verbatim. Read it verbatim. Because I started on here. I'm going to go under this video right here. And whether or not you believe something's coming, that's beside the point. You can look around on the earth and you can see something's not right. There's something is way off. And it's causing a lot of trouble. That's right. So I want to come to the new comments. The newest first. You see the newest, the last comment was 23 minutes ago. And it's okay, you all. We can read it. I'm going to. And then I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to interrupt what the comment was. So, yes, she's here knocking on our front door. Planet X will be passing in between Earth and our moon in March. And I don't think it's right or fair that the government is not going to tell or warn the public about this until 3 or 4 days before it happens. That's not right. And can you only imagine how the highways and all the roads be overcrowded like those movies, like When the Earth Stood Still? People say, don't say scary stuff like that. Well, telling the truth about stuff may be a little scary, but people need to know about it so they can get prepared and stock up on food, water, medicine, books, blankets, and your Bible, and stuff you use in everyday life, because you're gonna be on your own. This is the same Planet X that happened during Noah's time. So you can think about what's going to happen, so prepare. It's time to warn the people and not worry about what others say, because our time is very important and very short now. There's no time to waste when warning the good people, so they have time finishing up preparing. Thank you, Gina, for staying on top of this. They can only keep the skies covered only so much, since the planet is now showing all over the world for people to see. It's gotten close enough that it can't be hidden any longer. Thank you, Gina, for everything you have done and are doing for the people. We, the people, need more good people like you who loves and cares for humanity. I just wanted to tell you this in case they try to cut our communications, the internet, which you know they will the closer the planet gets here. And I wanted to tell you that we love you, dear sister, so much. Stay safe and stay calm. I know in my heart if anyone can get through this, it's you, and a few out there that will. Oh yeah, I looked up the new Navy map last night at how the military are expecting the Earth to look after the Planet X passes, and I must say, I cried. They say that Panama City, Florida, ocean line will be 3 miles from downtown Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, 3 miles away from downtown Atlanta, Georgia. That's what the military is expecting to happen and be the end result. God bless you all and your family, guys. Please keep your eyes on the sky and don't let them distract you from watching the sky. So I read it verbatim. I added maybe 2 words into it, y'all. So we need to prepare. And that's all I've got to say. I don't need to say any more. I'm not going to get myself wound up on here. I'm not. There's no need to over-dramatize what really is very dramatic. And it's happening. And the old power structure is solidifying its control and its grip. It's already putting implementations. It's already implementing the control levers. So we got to stay strong. We got to stay united in love. We got to use our head. We got to be guided with our heart. And we've got to be spirit driven. We got to be rooted in love. We really do. Love is the way forward. And it's right. When it comes right down to it, as long as you have each other, even though you may have lost everything, if you have each other, What more could you ask for when the end is coming? What more could you ask for other than be there with each other? So with that being said, may the peace that passes all understanding fill your heart this day. And hello, wherever you are in any part of the world, hello, from my heart to yours. Love you.